The Yonhet are an alien species first seen in Halo Escalation, and I'll say right now, yes, they look like they kind of fell out of the Star Trek series, but that's just my opinion. But the Yonhet, once rejected by the Covenant, may greatly prosper in Halo 6 by joining Cortana's alliance, and I'm gonna tell you how. Today we tap into some cool evidence suggesting that this species will be a prominent one in Halo 6, the once Covenant fringe, and we'll also be discussing the shifting of powers in the Galactic arena moving forward. Let's get into it. If you end up enjoying this video, then be sure to hit subscribe for more Halo 6 videos and Halo themed news. And if you're already subscribed, awesome, then be sure to hit that bell and turn on notifications so you can see every time a new video is posted here on Halo Follower. And if you've already done all that, then you get a golden sticker. Actually, you know what? You all get golden stickers. You're all awesome. Thank you. The Covenant Fringe is an unofficial group of species affiliated with, but never officially incorporated into the Covenant Empire for a variety of reasons. One of these species are the Yawnhead, whom was considered having too much of a small population and military insignificance. Though they once had interest trading with humans, the Human Covenant War destroyed any chance of relations between the Yawnhead and humans, so the Yawnhead traded with the Covenant instead. But after the war ended in 2552, they finally opened limited operations in human worlds. The Yawnhead stand out from other species with their high innate talent for finding difficult items and a natural skill for sniffing out foreigner relics, but most notably, at first glance anyway, the Yawnhead tend to speak in third person. In Halo 5 Guardians, during a moment of gameplay, Cortana sends out a very iconic message. Let's hear it now.
She's not talking. Relax.
Almost done.
All the living creatures of the galaxy, hear this message.
So, did you notice how Cortana mentioned the Yawnhead? This makes me very curious. Why here? Compared to all the iconic familiar species like the Elites, Jackals, Ungoi, and so on, why are the Yawnhead just tossed right in here? Well, the Yawnhead were first introduced in Halo Escalation and Halo Nightfall, including Axel, a Yawnhead smuggler being interrogated in Halo Nightfall. Though the evidence is small right now, it could be that 343 had or has plans to make the Yawnhead a more prominent species in Halo 6, at least big enough of a species to mention here. Perhaps a species that we see in Halo 6 cutscenes, or a big character in Halo 6. Considering the entire galaxy is threatened by Cortana's Reclamation, I still find it very interesting that Cortana mentions the Yawnhead right here, despite their lack of importance or even appearance in Halo 5 Guardians at all. It's as if the writers at 343 are setting up for this species to be introduced in the next game. Keep in mind that there are many other alien species Cortana could have mentioned here, not just the Yawnhead, but other unfamiliar species to most Halo fans. But with their appearance in Halo Nightfall, and now here, it's gotta make us wonder, why the Yawnhead? Why them? Why now? What makes them so worthy to be on Cortana's big galactic message, at least the one that the players see? As confirmed in the cannon fodder, the Ungoi, or Grunts, immediately surrender to Cortana when hearing her galactic message. Now if you don't know, as a quick history lesson, the Ungoi were once smart, they were intelligent, but because of a climate change caused by their own factories a long time ago, the Ungoi quickly fell back into a more desolate and declining state before found by the Covenant. But after the collapse of the Covenant, then following their alliance with Cortana, the created in Halo 5 Guardians, the Ungoi were granted nearly unlimited resources and their factories started up for the very first time in many hundreds of years. The cannon fodder implied that the Grunts will be the elite. Well, maybe, end quote. And I'm sure that this is just a figure of speech, but it really does say something big. It paints a very unusual, unfamiliar, and unconventional possibility for the galaxy and the power dynamics that once stood before it. Due to the power of Cortana's access, the created, to all foreigner things, it's really hard to determine who or what will be powerful anymore moving forward from here, now that the entire pecking order has been thrown into question and the power dynamic has been torn down and now is open for debate. It's difficult to speculate whether the Yonhet will be joining or resisting Cortana, but as we learned from Halo Nightfall, a smuggler named Axel chose what was best for him, suggesting that this species is most likely like the Ungoi, by playing for whoever has the goods and power and only watching out for themselves. Call this selfish or evil, but ultimately it is an act of survival, and the Ungoi did the best for them. Though it isn't fair at all to judge an entire species by the actions of one criminal, that's pretty much all we know about the character of this species. Now, we do know that the Yawnhead were seen as military unfit by the Covenant. Now, this may mean they are unfit to resist Cortana and her guardians, which will force them to surrendering to her. Assuming this happens, the Yawnhead will still be blessed by the created and more than likely handed a lot of free resources and power and resources that they didn't have before. In conclusion, I know we didn't talk about this first thing, but basically a lot of species that want to be fighting each other will now be pitted against each other if they don't join Cortana's alliance, such as the Yonhet fighting humanity, even though that's probably not exactly what they want. And of course, it's very likely that any point in time, a once lesser weaker species such as the Yonhet or Ungoi may rise to power through Cortana's help. The whole power dynamic has been thrown into question. So, what do you guys think about all this? What would you like to see here? How do you think that the Yawnhead will play out in Halo 6 if they appear at all? Let me know down in the comments below. Be sure to drop this video a like if you ended up enjoying. Be sure to drop this video a like if you enjoyed, and only if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Alright, see you guys soon. Peace.